Hi everyone and welcome to your second WARNO devlog of the week. Okay, in fairness, the previous one was last week's, it was just delayed, but today's is all about reworked models. So they say hot on the heels of the latest milestone with the operations and the balance patch, they're now going to take a closer look at the visual overhaul that's ongoing. So what exactly is the deal? Well, a number of 3D models of our tanks, specifically found in the Warsaw Pact's arsenal, were a little bit lacking in the visual department. It was pointed out to us by the community some of the most iconic tank models were not up to scratch, with details being missing or incorrect or certain features not modeled correctly, so we went back to the virtual drawing board, and the armor most affected was the T55, the T72, the T64 and the T80 series. Now, obviously you'll note there'll be a few comparison shots that they've put up with the devblog. I'll just leave those rolling in the background and some shots of these new models in action. But one of the reasons why the quality was lower compared to other vehicle models was that these Soviet tanks were one of the first things made for WARNO. Teething issues were common back in the day, with the process much improved with later tanks. Well, Salt, we updated the East German KPZ T72 and T72M, including command variants, as well as the Soviet TO55. Over time, other tank models will make their way through the visual overhaul workshop, so future milestones will get further updates. As I say, it's ongoing. Their next subheading is a work of art and science. The science bit is in brackets. Quite a bit of very detailed work goes into making our WARNO 3D models not only accurate, but also the most visually impressive they can. As you can imagine, we don't go about it half-heartedly. In order to achieve the best results, we need to find high quality reference material, and the internet is both friendly and at times dangerous and a confusing place. So we tread as carefully as we possibly can. Soviet tanks in particular are known to have a dizzying array of odd geometry and bits and bobs not represented on blueprints or photos. Again, this is a decades old problem. It extends beyond WARNO, with scale modelers and other games encountering the same issue. The only way to get the models completely right and accurate is to use technology called photogeometry. This is an art and science wrapped into one complex package, but in essence it means gaining detailed 3D information from a 2D image, essentially by taking hundreds of photos of an object and walking in circles around it. Specialized software is then employed to assemble all this data into a picture-perfect 3D model, which can then be used by an artist to create a high-quality, game-ready model. Their next subheading is remaking history. To get the best and most realistic models, the knowledge of history and tank design is appreciated. Armored vehicles change, with various new attachments and devices, relocation of armor plates or ERA bricks, optics and communication antennas added or removed at different points in time. Obviously, with WARNO, we are only interested in 1989, and we need to be very aware of the upgrade projects of a wide variety of tank models from all nations before 1989, and of course after. And at UGen, we consult various subject matter experts. A network has grown over the last few years, and their expertise is invaluable. The next little subheading is layers of art. Getting the perfectly crafted 3D model is only beginning. The steps after that include adjusting the textures and decals to the highest standard possible. UGen's art and history team cooperate closely. They say they compare historical color and military paint references, and they also look at hundreds of photos to adjust the color performance in a variety of lighting conditions while considering the decay and color calibration of older photos, even of our monitors. Nowadays there is a massive encyclopedia of over 600 corrected color codes used by various armed forces covering different historical periods. Markings are another point to consider. Research on ex-military or scale model forums can direct us to the right direction, for instance in terms of a particular font, but we're not always that lucky. The UGen art team has created custom fonts, even Cyrillic, to achieve the highest quality stenciled markings. Others are painstakingly drawn by hand, following photos as a guideline. In this way, we create a massive library of stencils to be used on our models as we see fit. The next subheading is example workflow. The specifications that we write are highly detailed. This lets us avoid any potential misunderstandings with the documentation, all in English, as accurate and comprehensive as possible. And it means that if the workload is too much for our internal 3D art wizards, we can easily shift parts of the task to dedicated and trusted outsourcing teams. All of this hard work leads to a massively improved new 3D model. What do you think? Yay or nay? And they say, see you on the battlefield. That's everything for this week's devblogs. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe. Make sure you check out the new operations, give your feedback. Obviously, for those experienced in WARNO new gen games, they're going to be pretty straightforward. You know how to cheese the AI, let's be realistic, but do consider how they're going to be for new players who have no idea what they're doing as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.